Hello everybody, Jimmy here. I've been a registered Republican in New Jersey for 22 years. But this time around in 2013, I'm going to have to vote Democratic for Barbara Bono. Let me talk to you a little bit about the track record of Governor Christie. Out of the 100 worst cities in the United States, we have 7 of them. Newark, Trenton, Camden, Paterson, Atlantic City, Bridgeton, and Elizabeth. Percentage-wise, if we're the 11th largest state as far as population, that means that these cities, not only are they 7 of the worst cities, they're 7 of the worst cities with large populations. That's absolutely terrible. Just recently, I think the state police helped go into Trenton to try and straighten that out. But that's where the governor goes to work every day. That's terrible. Then if you talk about the money we got for recovery, do you know only $12 billion was used for storm recovery after Storm Sandy? And that didn't all go to New Jersey. That went to New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York. The other was pork barrel things that might be used for future things to help if we had some storms in the future. But that's terrible. We got nothing. No wonder why, the coastline, Point Pleasant things, there's so many houses that nobody ever fixed up. They didn't get any help, really, to speak of from the government. That's terrible. Then if you talk about unemployment rates, okay, according to CNN, August 19th, New Jersey had 8.6. That rates us as the 43rd worst state in the United States for unemployment. That's terrible with a population of over 11 million people from the 2010 census. We're in a lot of trouble as a state. The numbers everybody knows is really high. That's people collecting unemployment. But what about the unemployment that ran out for a lot of people that had to sell their house, foreclosed, and they're living with relatives now? That's absolutely terrible. But think about this. Seaside Heights, Seaside Park actually, had a fire last week, and already Governor Christie came up with $15 million to help these people rebuild. And guess what started a fire? Okay, corroded wires from the first storm. So why don't we just take a gun out, shoot ourselves in the foot? What happened to the inspectors from the county or the state or the town that should have been inspecting those things? Somebody didn't do their job if the wiring was bad, and that's what caught fire, and that's what burnt down 50 businesses. We did it to ourselves. Then, everybody, remember, you take your car for inspection, they look at your tires, they check your pollution things, your windshield wipers. Well, we don't have that anymore, but we're spending the same on inspection. So all that money, Governor Christie diverted somewhere else. So guess what? I bet you the accident rate goes up because people aren't getting their cars inspected, so they're driving around on bald tires. I definitely notice it in parking lots when I look at other people's tires. You look at how many lights are out, in the back of cars because nobody's inspecting it anymore. So somebody's going to be thinking they put their indicator on and they don't really have it on, and it's going to create an accident. And the teacher situation, that's great. Yeah, he was a strong guy. He broke the unions like Reagan did to the air traffic controllers. Well, air traffic controllers depend a lot on computers. Teachers, we can't the only thing that helps teachers a lot is their personalities and everything. So guess what? Okay, now there's so many temporary teachers, and school districts are saying, this is great, we'll keep our taxes low, but we'll hire all these temps. That doesn't do anything good for your children or my children. They're missing all the continuity between having good teachers. Not that these people are bad people, but they might only be there for a day or two temporarily. Okay, years ago, New Jersey was proud of the education their people got. Okay, we can always say, we can always have an ad that we have some of the best educated people in the country. Move your business to New Jersey. You don't see that advertisement anymore on the Governor Christie. You know, so all the jobs, yet you see it for Connecticut and you see it for New York. Their governors know that they're in trouble and they're at least trying to help. This guy does nothing. He has things flying around his head. 2016, I'll be president. And then guess what? If he does, say in a remote chance, this guy thinks he should be president in 2016, think about what's going to happen. That means he's going to start, you know, going around to all these meetings throughout the country, and we're going to be left with nobody. Well, Barbara, you got my vote this time around. I hope things get better for New Jersey, but if I look at all these things, you know, and you don't have to trust me. You don't know me from the guy walking down the block smoking a cigar, walking his dog. But all I know is the schools are going down. Lent $15 million to Seaside Park for a fire that they helped, you know, not that they helped, that they started the fire, but if they had better inspections, they wouldn't have had a fire there, you know, and put all the firemen at risk and everything. Unemployment right through the roof, you know, and because of so many people, the numbers are just staggering, so we're losing taxpayers. This is terrible. But what's a real slap in the face, seven out of the worst cities out of the top 100. You don't have to believe me, but if you go to Neighborhood Scout and look it up, it's the first page. They're the most dangerous cities in the U.S. is how they classify it. Well, as always, watch some of my other videos. You know, some are entertaining, some, you know, you might not like or you might like about what I say about government. You could just search on the Friends of Jimmy's, all one word, on YouTube. You know, and as always, pray for the troops. And if you want to pray for government officials, it can't hurt. You know, I don't think at this stage they're so bad that it'll help, but it can't hurt. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye now, Jimmy.